Oh, are we live? Are we live? I feel like we're live. Are we live? Let's see who's in the house. Make some noise if you're in the house. Let's go. Let's go. Live streaming. Let me let the book of faces know that we're here. We are here. All right. Make some noise if you are with us. Let a brother know. Let a brother know. Let a brother know. Here we go. Ah, No Shave November. That's right, Santos. How's it going? Sammy B in the house. All is well. All is well. SKM's in the building. What's going on, guys? What's up? Welcome to live stream number 48. Isn't that nuts? Number 48. And for live stream number 50, we're going to do something a little special. But if you have ideas, if you have any ideas on what we should do for live stream number 50, let me know. Because I'm still, I'm open to some suggestions. Yo, man, you look good with the beard. I appreciate that, Fight Club. Thank you. Okay, so I'm letting it go for No Shave November. But there's a part of me that's like, well, maybe I could just let it grow for as long as I can possibly take it. So we'll see. Santos says, how long has it been since you bought shampoo? A long time, man. I definitely buy like the all-in-one wash. It's like, oh, this is for your body. This is for your hair. This is for your beard. This is for your bolitas. So, I just kind of, I'm like, that works. That works for me. Let's see. SHW City is in the house. What's going on? Sammy B says, that beard makes me look, I'm going to use the word tough. Just so YouTube doesn't decide to censor me. SKM says, thanks for being... no problem, SKM. No problem. Matt should wear a fedora with a black trench coat with a cigar. I'd look like... That's almost like Sheamus's look right now. Right? Something like that. What's going on here? What is this? What is this? Let me get on here. How do I... Live? Where's my live? I mean, I know we're live, but where... What's going on here? This is some bananas. This is crazy. Alright, so Bryan's in the house. What's going on? My membership is at 1 year, 1 month, and 13 days. You're almost there. You're getting there. You're getting there. You're about to have that full golden dollar any day now. So, this channel, and I say like unofficially started about 2 years ago? 2.5 years ago? 1.5 years ago? About 2 years ago. We'll go with 2 years. But in December, I'm definitely going to have some announcements to let you guys know how this channel is changing. Because this channel is changing in some major ways. And some people might be like, oh, you've said that before. But this channel has changed so much. Like, even just our live streams. We didn't used to do live streams like this. Like, it would just be like, oh, I'd get my phone and click it on live, and that would be that. But we've upgraded. Things changed. They've evolved. And there's going to be some more evolution on the way. Evolution is a mystery. Need that 24. There you go, Sammy. John Morrison and Hit Row. WWE's going down the toilet. Hit Row doesn't surprise me. John Morrison surprises me, though. I was disappointed by that. Tell Daz Black to meet you at Times Square. You'll get a bigger audience. That's a good idea. Got you on mute because of work. Hey, Days in the house. Days in the house. How do you spend Thanksgiving on a budget? Ooh. Honestly, there's a really good answer for that, Bryant. Thanksgiving on a budget, you have everyone bring a dish. You have everyone just bring something. I'll prepare one thing. Everybody prepares one thing. Get together. Make some delicious magic happen. Hey, look at that cheap wrestling guy made a YouTube channel. Let's see what his... yeah, exactly. It all started, man, with the Extreme Cheapskates episode. A couple of people made reaction videos. Cody Ko, Daz Black, etc. Cinnamon Toast Ken. And here we are now. Things have just kind of built based off of that. But I think the biggest change that's coming in 2022 is things are going to be a little more concrete. Like, you're gonna know what to expect. As opposed to now where things are a little more lax, like, hey, I'll put this out here and there. No, I'm going to be like, hey, listen, this is coming out this day for sure, For sure it's coming out, and you'll have a better idea of what sort of content is coming out each and every month. So I think it's a good thing. We'll see how you guys feel about it. Bryant says, favorite Thanksgiving dish. Ooh. Okay, so I used to hate sweet potatoes. Like, can't. I always get confused between sweet potatoes and yams. But when they make it right, it's like mush, like mashed potatoes, but they put like cinnamon and brown sugar and marshmallow in it. I just had that for the first time recently in many, many years, and I loved it. I was like, this is so good. But also, my mom makes a banging stuffing. I mean, her stuffing is so good. And Sugar Mama makes one hell of a turkey. Like, best turkey, hands down, I've ever had in my life. So, thankfully, I have some good family members that make some good, they can cook up. They can cook up. We'll put it that way. Matt should shave the goatee part of his beard and sing triple. Nah. See, I couldn't do that. The Triple H and Kenny Omega, I think that looks so bad. I hate it. Like, I genuinely hate it. I don't think it looks good at all. At all. I gotta. How do I share this? What's going on? Why you do this? Why you do this? Why you do this? Why you do this? Join us live. Here we go. Join us live. All right, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Join us live. Let's go, people. All right. Sammy B says, what did you guys think of Survivor Series? I thought Survivor Series was decent. Definitely my favorite match of the night was Becky versus Charlotte. One thing that I really feel has been lacking with Survivor Series is nothing on the line. Like, okay, Pride. I'm like, if it's going to be Pride, they need to do it bigger than that. One of my favorite Survivor Series build-ups was actually the time where they invaded each other, not just invaded each other's show, but it was that parking lot 5-on-5 face-off. I couldn't tell you exactly who was on each team, but I want to say on one team it was Shawn Michaels, Kane, Big Show, Carlito, and Chris Masters. And then the other team was Batista, JBL, Rey Mysterio. Yeah, that's all I got. I'm not sure exactly who else was on the other team, but they had this epic parking lot brawl, and it just felt like, oh, this is important. So, and they double, Big Show and Kane, I'm pretty sure they double chokeslam Batista through the hood of a car, and that was pretty dope too. So, yeah, I just feel like Survivor Series has kind of been missing this element of importance that it hasn't had in forever. And I miss that. I miss that so much. And I wish that they gave the winners something. Even if it's just like, hey, you guys have the last 5 slots in the Royal Rumble. Or, hey, each member of the team is going to get a title shot for a championship that's chosen by the general manager of the show. I don't know. It could be anything. You know what I mean? Because then in that case, all right, I mean, Seth already has a world title shot, but let's say he didn't. He could have earned a world title shot. Bianca Belair could have earned a title shot. You know what I mean? So I feel like those are the things that are really missing from it for me. There's no stakes. And I love steak. It's expensive, but I love steaks. All right. I'm gonna just put this in here, and then I'm putting down the phone. Because, I want to talk to you guys. All right, let's see where we're at here. SKM says, Survivor Series was so boring I fell asleep. Damn. Ouch. Garbage. Oof. Also tell him when you beat Daz Black, give back the WWE title he stole from that little kid. Yes, Moses. Yeah. Bat Gabriel's in the house. What's going on, man? Hey, Matt, when you're in Extreme Cheapskates, how are you able to pay rent and mortgage while you were on the show? I didn't really. I just didn't at the time. SKM, Matt, your childhood was the golden age of wrestling. You are so lucky. Oh, yeah, Attitude Era into the beginning of the Ruthless Aggression Era, to me, was hands down some of the best content in wrestling. Christian Reeve Short says, Give it up. You stole the golden egg, Matt. I don't even know. I mean, I guess I'll find out later tonight, but I don't really know where they're going with that. I feel like it's going to be stupid. Like, R-Truth's going to be like, my bad, y'all. I just wanted to make an omelet. You know, it's going to be something so dumb like that. Or, like, it's going to be like Otis trying to be like, oh, yeah, eggs, yeah. You know? SHW says, I've been keeping updated on your channel in my free time while I was gone, so I haven't missed much. Thoughts on the latest releases? John Morrison was the only one of this wave of releases that I was surprised about. Hit Row, I mean, for Hit Row, I'm surprised in the sense that why? Okay, here is where I really scratch my head, literally and figuratively, about the releases. I don't understand why. I don't understand why release these people who are like doing a great job of building their characters and getting over with the crowd, and that you've invested so much time and energy to just get rid of them. And then not only get rid of them, but then bring in a new wave of new people who don't have any experience. To me, that's just like mind-boggling. Like, I don't really get why release all of those people to then just have new people join the performance center. Like, what? I want The Rock to come out. You wanted The Rock to come out at the end of Survivor Series. Yeah, I think a lot of people were expecting that. But it obviously didn't happen. However, I do think there's a chance that Roman Reigns may face The Rock at WrestleMania. But I do think that it can go in a different way also. You know, a lot of people think that Drew McIntyre might be the one to take the title from Roman. But I don't know if that's what I want either. I don't know. Christian Reeves says, I reckon Vince McMahon laid the egg and it's his new illegitimate son. You might be right, Christian. You might be right. Sammy B says, WWE's taking a big fat L. They suck right now. Yeah, I mean, I can't say that they suck. I think they're doing a lot of great things, and they are doing a lot of great things with certain people. Like, for example, what they're doing with Roman Reigns. Excellent. You know, giving Big E an opportunity. Great. Giving Xavier Woods the opportunity. Excellent. Who else? Bianca Belair, I feel like, has been doing phenomenal. I'm surprised she's not the champ right now, but she's a superstar. They made a superstar out of her, 110%. Who else? Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle's doing great. Like, he is a star. People might be like, no, he's not a star. He is a star. He is a star. Matt Riddle will be around for a long time. Trust me. Here's a real question. Do you reckon all of these releases are for the purpose of positioning WWE for a major sale? Christian Reeve, I don't know. But there's something going on for sure. It's not just budget cuts. Or if it is budget cuts, it's budget cuts for a specific reason. The question is, why? Or what is that reason? You know? And I have no clue. I can't even begin to, fathom. SHW says, I'm going to start being an AEW person. I mean, listen, there's nothing wrong with AEW. It's good stuff. Are you watching any football games on Thanksgiving? Some help to save money, just turn off the TV during commercials. No, we'll probably have the TV off altogether, which will save even more money. SKM says, Matt, what is your weirdest encounter with a fan? I've had a few. But I would say the same as Joel Maximo when I asked him this question. I've had fans try to, how do I put this? That keeps it PG. I've had fans attempt to, what's the word I'm looking here? What is the word here? They've thrown themselves at me. There we go. I've had fans throw themselves at me. That's the diplomatic way to put it. Mark Sniper's in the house. What's going on? Thoughts on CM Punk versus MJF? Christian Reeve, I think that's a great way to go with both of those characters. I also think that, this is just my opinion, I know you didn't ask this question, but I also think MJF should be the next one to go for the championship. Maybe, well, let me rephrase that. Not the next one. I think when the time comes that they want Hangman to lose that title, I think it should go to MJF. Some people think Daniel Bryan, which I could see that too. I think he's another good option. But I'm thinking MJF. Mark, bring back the Death Bat profile pic. Oh, okay. All right. I saw that before and I was like, who is this? I'm starting to slowly lose faith in WWE, says Bryan. It's tough, man. It's tough times. Tough times out there. But we'll see what happens. I mean, truthfully, as a wrestler, like, I wouldn't even be looking at WWE right now. And some people might be like, oh, nah, you still got to look at them. And maybe. I would just hate to waste, like, 5 years and then never be used, you know, and then end up, like, almost 40 years old and, like, just been catering the whole time, you know? And Christian says, have you ever had fans attack you in the ring? If so, what happened? No, thankfully not. Verbally, yes. A lot of hate verbally, but never physically. That would be crazy. Merck says, I'm losing faith in WWE as well, but I don't want to get rid of the WWE title belt my grandma got me because she spent a lot of money on it. Aw. Plus, I don't want to get rid of my Jeff Hardy autograph. That's sweet. Sammy says, ask you out? Yeah, nah, it was a little more than ask me out. How is Nicholas Pennywise? He's doing great. Nicholas Pennywise is doing awesome. He's upstairs with Sugar Mama right now. And, yeah, I think they're just chilling like villains. I think MJF should beat CM Punk clean. This should be the thing that cements him as a true main eventer. I'll say this. I don't think he should beat him clean. I think he should beat him, but dirty. As a true heel. You know what I mean? As a true heel, give CM Punk his first loss. And, yeah, just make it like a real scummy move. WWE will be back if Kurt Angle goes back as manager. Maybe. I mean, I love Kurt Angle, man. I wish he was, you know, still able to wrestle. But that's just me being selfish. Matt, I'm going to be a wrestler and I want to face you. You better be ready for the retirement. Listen, by the time you want to wrestle me, I'm probably going to be old and rickety. Christian Reeves says, do you think the heat between Becky and Charlotte is a work? Yes. I 100% do. People argue with me to this day like, no, but you see the way she tried to grab the title. I'm like, yeah, it's fake. Like, there's no part of me that thinks that it's real at all. At all. I just don't. I don't buy it. SHW says, oh yeah, since I was gone for a while, I didn't get to say this, but congrats on your new baby. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Christian says, thank you. It's so obvious. Yeah. I mean, they're doing a great job, as they should. You know, they're doing a great job selling this rivalry, selling their matches, but I don't think it's legitimate heat at all. I just don't. I don't buy it. I wanted Big E to win last night, says Bryan. Yeah, I think a lot of people did, but I knew Roman was going to win. Let me ask you guys this. Who is the next person to face Roman Reigns for the championship at the next pay-per-view in December? Like, who's next in line to go against the tribal chief, the head of the table? Who do you guys think? Christian Reeves says, no way would they let Becky do interviews on other shows and talk about it if it was actually real. Yeah, I agree. Merc Sniper says, so I've been binge watching How to Become a Pro Wrestler series, and to tell you the truth, I'm 19 years old, weigh 256 pounds, and 6'2". I'm trying this weird diet, which is water and pistachios. I've never heard of that diet, but listen, yo, Merc, 6'2", 256, you can get to a good, listen, take advantage of that. Take advantage of your size. SKM, Charlotte and Becky is turning into Cena and Orton. It's getting old. Okay, I could see that perspective. Brian says King Woods. Sammy B says Randy Orton may be next. Well, that's the wrong show. Randy Orton's on Raw. But King Woods, I do believe, is the right answer. I think that story will continue to unfold, and King Woods will be the one to go against him, and of course lose. Do you think WWE taking the crown off Xavier Woods is punishment for the up-up-down dispute? No. I don't think so. I'm actually glad it happened. And let me tell you why. Let me sip some coffee. Let me tell you why. I kind of hated this whole thing where, and it's been the last, 6 people to win King of the Ring. Where you win King of the Ring, and all of a sudden you have to dress and act like a king. It fits Xavier Woods' character, but overall, I'm like, nah, I don't need to see Sheamus act like a king. I don't need to see Booker T act like a king. He was kind of like the first one to do it, so I was cool with that. I don't need to see William Regal act like a king. I don't need to see whoever else act like a king. I just don't think it's silly. Yes, you can be King of the Ring and not wear a crown and have a scepter and be like, I am the king. No, it's a trophy that you won. You don't need a. If I won a baseball tournament, I'm not like, I'm the baseball tournament winner. Call me baseball tournament winner. No, it's just the fact that you did it. Now, I think one thing that should change, or not should change, but is important when you win King of the Ring, is that you get a push after. Pretty much an immediate push, which is happening with Xavier Woods. But there's been some King of the Rings of the past where it's like, all right, what came of that? Corbin is an example. I'm going to a WWE show Sunday. Nice. Awesome. I hope you have a good time, SKM. Christian says, I wish they would elevate people with it. That was the point of it initially. Like Brock, Kurt, Owen, Brett, etc. Yeah, and Christian Reeve, you're 100% right. That is, that's kind of what I was just saying. When you won King of the Ring, I feel like when you won King of the Ring, for the most part, there were some exceptions, like Viscera, but for the most part, when you won King of the Ring, you ended up becoming a future Hall of Famer. It was like a guarantee. You won King of the Ring, you're probably going to win the IC title, then the WWE title, maybe go on to win things like a Royal Rumble, maybe main event of WrestleMania. Those sort of things were like King of the Ring set those things in motion. And I feel like they kind of went away from that a little bit. All right, let's see. What else do we have here? ZEW says Stone Cold or Pentagon Jr. Who would win? Stone Cold Steve Austin. And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so. Definitely Stone Cold. Although I love Pentagon Jr., but let me specify, I have a little idea, a little bone to pick with Pentagon Jr. I thought Pentagon Jr.'s best work was in Lucha Underground. His work in Impact was pretty good. His work in AEW is decent. But his work in Lucha Underground, to me, I was like, this guy is a world title competitor. But I haven't really seen that Pentagon recently. I really miss Constable Corbin. I feel like Corbin has had 8 gimmicks since he started in WWE. Mabel! Yeah, Viscera, Mabel. I feel like no one asked enough about Logan. Aw. Thanks, SKM. Logan's doing well. Logan's doing great. He's got a great job. He is living with his girlfriend right now. And he's doing awesome. I'm really proud of him. Yeah, my brother Logan's doing really well for himself. And yeah, very proud of him. Yeah, I've been working out, and I walk to work and school every day, but I would like to be a super heavyweight so I wouldn't be good at leaping over my opponent. I'm strong as heck, though. I imagine. Do you reckon Owens is going to AEW? Oof. It's hard to say at this point, man. Christian, it's really difficult to say because there's this weird balance happening right now where AEW is overstacked. They have so much talent that they're almost what WWE was 2 years ago, where they had so many people that they didn't know what to do with. So WWE let those people go, and now AEW has so many people that I don't think they know what to do with. And some people might be like, no, it's not true. They use their talent appropriately. But when AEW first started, 2-3 years ago, they used people that there was more people getting TV time. Now there's people that I forgot were even on the AEW roster that don't really get any TV time. So it's a really fine balance. It's tough to manage. I reckon AEW will drop all of the people on Dark. Probably. Jeff Hardy versus Rey Fenix. Who would win? Ooh! Today, Rey Fenix. I mean, both. Obviously, Jeff Hardy's older, but Rey Fenix is an amazing high flyer for sure. Merc, you lucky. I'm trying to get taller. I'm only 5'9". Yeah, same here, man. Same here. The people that don't fit with people like Allen, MJF, Punk, etc. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people like I don't know, who's a good example? Everyone that was associated with, what's his name, Peter Avalon. Like, will those people be there forever? I don't know. Like, Peter Avalon and his whole crew used to be on TV regularly. But who are you going to have, Peter Avalon or Daniel Bryan? Who's going to get that spot? You know what I mean? Joey Janela, another great example. Sonny Kiss. Like a lot of these people, unfortunately, may end up, you know. The Miz, MJF versus The Miz. Who would win? I'm gonna go with MJF. He's just a little edgier. Darby Allin versus Brock Lesnar. How bad would Brock Lesnar beat Darby? That would be a match I would love to see. Because Brock, I feel like, would turn Darby Allin inside out in all the best ways. You know, like, I think it'd be awesome to watch. Oh, man. Yeah, that would be nuts. That would be nuts. All right, so there's some other things we need to talk about today. Oh, have you guys heard about the tournament coming up? I mean, there's a big... We're talking about AEW, talking about WWE. We haven't even talked about this tournament. The King of the World Eliminator Tournament. WWE faces off with AEW. What? The King of the World Eliminator Tournament. What do we think about that? Now, the AEW wrestlers involved are all former WWE wrestlers. So, like, I forget everyone who's in it, but you have your Jon Moxley, and you have, you know, Pac, all those guys, you know? Yeah. Crazy. We'll have to see who wins that. Wow. So, some other things, you know, since we're on here and we're getting closer, this is live stream number 48. 50 will happen between Christmas and New Year's. So it's right around the corner. It's really, you know, when I think back at this channel, there's a lot that I love, but I also look at, there are a lot of things that have changed, and for the better, some for the better, some for the worse. Like, for example, there's only a handful of people here right now, and I'm so happy that you guys are part of this live stream. But, you know, there's about 5 people in here right now when there used to be like 25. You know, so I realized looking at it, I'm like, things need to change. Things need to change. Aha, good question, SKM, who asked, since it's No Shave November, why do you have no hair on the top of your head? That is a very, very fair question, and I'm not going to lie, I didn't really think about that. I really didn't. Like, you say it now, I'm like, oh. Whoops. You got me. I want to talk a little bit about live streams and the future of live streams. So, I do live streams usually every other week, so twice a month. But I think starting in 2022, we're going to reduce it to only once a month. Why? Because we're at the point now where we've done this so much. We've done this song and dance quite a bit of times. If you guys feel differently, let me know. But right now, I'm just like, we see less and less people joining the live streams. Maybe because they're too often. Maybe we're doing them too much. For live stream number 50, I really want to do something special. I don't know whether to maybe do something where I have you guys join me in buying a pop for the studio and let you guys choose which one it is. Or we could do something along the lines of where it's like an extended time. You know, maybe it's a 2-hour live stream. But right now I'm kind of leaning towards the Funko Pop move. I feel like that was really fun. We did it when we got 7,000 subscribers. And I think maybe for live stream 50 it would be cool to do. Matt pulls off the beard, no hair. Thank you. I appreciate that. But what do you guys think about that? Less live streams in 2022. Your idea, Sammy, you're absolutely right. ZEW, did you get the Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy Funko Pops? I did not. I would love to get them, but I have not. If you guys haven't already, don't forget to Hulk smash that like button like it owes you money. Super chats do make me dance, and they do contribute to this channel, so I always appreciate them. But thank you guys for being part of this channel and being part of this live stream. Definitely means a lot to me. But yeah, less live streams in 2022. I feel like that might get mixed reviews. You know, some people might be upset about that. Sunday, what's going on? Welcome to the live stream. Matt, do you still use the basement gym? Yes. Yes, I do. Absolutely. Or when the weather is nice, I like to exercise outside. I love doing that. But otherwise, yeah, I use my basement gym. Like, yeah, and a lot of what I do too is like push-ups, crunches, you know, I squats. So those things are important. Got to do those. SHW, they would have to pay me a lot of money. I am not a fan of death matches at all. Like, I'm not even watching them. So I would need to get paid, like, really well. Like, really, really well. That's the only way. Otherwise, you're not catching me in a death match. No, SKM, I don't bench milk jugs anymore, but sometimes, I'm not going to lie, I do curl them, so I guess that's not too much better, right? I guess that's not too much better. Okay, let's talk a little bit more about the future of this channel. Like, there's so many things that are changing. A lot of things that are changing. Would you ever take a hit from Conor McGregor with no glove, full force? How much am I getting paid? That's the question. How much am I getting paid? And are my hospital bills covered? I use weighted resistance bands that I got off of Amazon. Those are great. That's great. So, there are about 5 different series that in 2022 will be the mainstays of this channel. 5 different series from the past or present that are going to remain the center focus of this channel. I'm curious if you guys know what they are. ZEW, yes, then I would. You're absolutely right, SKM. It is time to make change. And Sammy, I agree. I think I'm at the point now where this channel needs to evolve. Who is your dream opponent for Kenny Omega? I wouldn't complain if it was yourself. I mean, that would always be dope. But if I had to choose one, I would like to see him fight AJ Styles. Or maybe even Finn Balor. But I'm going to go with AJ Styles. I'm so fortunate to have strength and conditioning classes at my school. That's awesome, Brian. Sunday says cheap meals to stay. What do you guys think? Is cheap meals staying or is it going in 2022? Cheap meals, is it staying or going? You know what? Let's start a poll. Let's have fun with this. Should cheap, well, no, we'll say is cheap meals staying or going in 2022? Let's see what you guys think. SKM says cheap meals tacos. Bryant wants me to keep it. Sammy wants me to keep it. I don't know. Stay, says ZEW. Oh no. Cheap meals. Will it stay? Will it stay or will it go? Cheap empanadas, cheap tacos. You guys got some good ideas. That's for sure. You guys have some good ideas. But I'll tell you. So cheap meals will stay. Cheap meals will stay, honestly, I believe, forever. I think I'll always keep cheap meals. I think it's something I enjoy doing. It seems like something you guys like watching. So cheap meals will stay. All right. Let's do another one. I'm going to just leave that there. I'll let you guys just answer the question. All right. Extreme reaction. Will it stay or will it go? ZEW says I should go dumpster diving live. I'm scared of rats, so I don't know about dumpster diving. All right, what do we think? Extreme Reaction, will it stay or will it go? I see SKM says stay. What do you guys think? Force Lock Gamer, what's going on? Welcome to the live stream. Oh my god, I love you so much, Cheap Wrestler. If you were to ever notice me, I would cry. Well, listen, save your tears. Save those tissues. There's no need to cry. I'm glad that you're here. Thank you for being part of this live stream. Thank you. All right, so Sammy says he thinks Extreme Reaction is going to go because of copyright issues, which there are definitely a lot of copyright issues with Extreme Reaction. Bryan says stay. Sunday says maybe we could replace it with something new. ZEW says stay. So Extreme Reaction will stay. It'll stay. For the most part, regarding copyright issues, I've figured out ways around it. So I'm thankful for that. But yeah, Extreme Reactions will stay. Hey, Connor, what's going on? Welcome to the live stream, Connor. All right, let's do another one. All right. So what do we think here? This is the next series. How to become a pro wrestler. Will this series stay or will it go? How to become a pro wrestler. Will it stay or will it go? Sammy B says stay. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Stay, stay, stay. Stay. Any other guesses? I'm going to tell you. How to become a wrestler. Honestly, Cheap Meals is very entertaining, to be honest. I appreciate that, Force Lock. I appreciate that. Well, it's going to stay. You're going to see. And when I say it's going to stay, it's going to stay regularly. For example, maybe once a month, there's a guaranteed episode of Cheap Meals. I haven't watched it, so I can't give an opinion. I've only watched half of one video. Stay, stay, stay. So, how to become a pro wrestler will go. 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 And I hope you guys aren't too disappointed about that. But How to Become a Pro Wrestler has one more episode left. And then the series closes. I feel like a lot of you didn't expect me to say that. Force Lock says, what do you prefer, being a heel or a babyface? I like either one. For the most of my career, I've been a heel, but I actually think being a babyface is a lot of fun. So it can go either way. It really can go either way. Yes, Sammy B. How to Become a Pro Wrestler. This will be the season finale. Let me tell you my issue with How to Become a Pro Wrestler. So, wrestling regularly, there's so much that goes into it. You got to go to training, you have to exercise, you have to market yourself. There's so many things that are involved that when I first came up with the idea of how to become a pro wrestler, my thought process was I want to show it in like real time. Like, hey, this is what's happening, you know, and it's become almost like a recap series. Like, hey, this is what happened. Let me talk about the past and bring you up to speed. But I wanted it to be more like a documentary. That was my idea for it. Like this documentary where a camera was following me around and it was all like very much live. Like, I just finished this training session and it went great. You know, here's the things. You're like, and then you're watching me do the train. But it just didn't pan out the way I wanted to. It wasn't. It just didn't. Yeah, it didn't come out the way I wanted. So eventually I might be able to do something about that. But right now, it's just a little difficult to do those things and also come out with a series. You know what I mean? I would like to see you show up on AEW Dark one of these days, Sunday. Listen, you never know. You never know. Force Lock says, I honestly feel like Cheap Meals should stay. Like I watched all the episodes. It's staying. Cheap Meals is staying. How to become a pro wrestler. There's only one. Listen, the other part. So, how to become a pro wrestler had two purposes. The first purpose was to tell people how to become a pro wrestler, right? Kind of give you some insight, some tips, anything that I could share. And the second purpose was to show my wrestling career progression. But I didn't want it to look like, hey, this is what happened. I wanted it to be like, this is what's happening. But it just didn't work out that way. It really didn't. So there's one more episode where I need to really give aspiring wrestlers or anyone interested in the business some information on, and that's how to get booked and any information I have on matches. But once we hit that, that's pretty much it. Season finale. We'll say season finale because you never know. It can come back one day. You never know. Well, okay, how to become a pro wrestler has to end. Keep in mind this was supposed to be the basics of how to become a pro wrestler. Exactly. So we're getting to the end of the rope here. Where are you from, and what's your race? I'm Puerto Rican. 100% Puerto Rican. 100%. Still waiting for that Apex title reign. Yeah, Sunday. Me too. All right, what other series? I'm going to start going back to some old series because there are some series returning. There are some returning series. So what about... All right, this was a big one. This one was really popular at first. Let's see. All right. All right, here's the next one. The Freeway to Success. The Freeway to Success. When I really started making this YouTube channel something, I decided I wanted to do a series that just followed me on my journey back into the wrestling ring, and a little bit different than how to become a pro wrestler, but it was more like it followed my life up until that point. But the reason why it ended up being canceled was because of the pandemic. It was kind of hard to show what I was doing to prepare for wrestling when the wrestling world pretty much just stopped, So after like 6 episodes, I cut it off, and we have not seen the Freeway to Success return since. All right, Sammy B says come back. Bryan says stay. SKM says yes. Sunday says no, something new. All right. The answer is the Freeway to Success will not be coming back. It will not be coming back. That is not one of the series that I plan on bringing back at all. That might change one day, but I just don't see the purpose of it at this point in time. Sorry. All right, the next one. This is kind of fun. I'm enjoying this. SKM, there's definitely a way. I'm not sure how off the top of my head, but you can absolutely look. I have a feeling Sammy B might know. I know, I'm sorry. The Freeway to Success will not be making a comeback. I'm sorry. All right, here's the next one. YouTube community matches. So that can include YouTube Royal Rumbles, which what we would do is we would have 6 of them, and then the 6 winners would go into an elimination chamber, and whoever won that would get a prize that I would send to, usually merchandise. So will this series make a return? YouTube community matches. Bryant says stay. What do we think? Should it come back? SKM says stay. What do we think? We'll get one more vote. Could you do... Okay. So, that's a good question, Sunday. And I really... Alright, come back. So I'll say this. YouTube community matches will be making a return. Yes, absolutely. They're going to be a regular part of this channel. It was one of my favorite things to do. You guys seem to enjoy it, and it's a way for me to give back, especially with a merch prize at the end. So YouTube community matches are coming back for good. This isn't like all these series, Extreme Reactions, Cheap Meals, YouTube community matches. These are like staying. Maybe like years down the line, maybe I'll stop doing it. But for now, they are mainstays of this channel. That means they're happening monthly. Every single month, you'll see one of those videos. So Sunday asks, could you do something similar to Sammy Guevara's vlogs? Maybe backstage at different wrestling events. So, it's possible. It's possible. The only thing, yeah, maybe I could do that. I have to make sure people are okay with it and the promotion's okay with it. So I'd have to really look into it. But maybe. All right, here's the next one. Wrestling Road Stories. You guys might remember the series. I got something in my eye. Okay, we're good. Wrestling Road Stories, which is I would tell a story of a run-in or a match or something like that with a famous wrestler and just kind of tell you guys about what happened. You know, we did ones with Nunzio, Maria Kanellis, Elijah Burke, Roddy Piper. Who else? Booker T. There was a bunch of them. So, Wrestling Road Stories. Will it make a comeback? What do we think? Sunday says, oh, definitely. Bryant says, stay. What do we think? Is it coming back or no? All right, here comes the moment of truth. Wrestling Road Stories will not be making a return. Oh, I know my soul. But I'll be honest, I just don't have those stories. I just don't. Like, nothing has really come up. If things really start popping up again in that way, then maybe. But right now, there's no point in bringing back the series. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I know it's been like kind of a half and half deal. What else? I have a good one. That's okay, ZEW. Thank you for being part of this live stream. We just have about 10 minutes left. All right. Talk is Cheap. Talk is Cheap, which was a series that didn't have many episodes, where I'd basically either give predictions to a wrestling show, I would review a wrestling show, or we would just talk about wrestling BS in general. So what do we think? Come back or nah? Come back or nah? Bryant says stay. What do we think? I might do one more after this. Maybe two. Bryant says stay, and the answer is Talk is Cheap is making a return, and it'll be a mainstay. Yeah, it's kind of like a podcast. It really is. It's like a... What did I used to call it? It's kind of like a vlog, I guess. But it's going to be a little bit different, because what's going to happen is there's going to be more people involved in the process. There's going to be some episodes that don't even feature me. There's going to be more content creators on this channel, which is a huge change, because usually it's just me for the most part, you know? I might have some guests, but these people will no longer be guests on this channel. They will be people who actually have opinions about wrestling, former wrestlers, and they will have their own episodes of Talk is Cheap. So it's pretty exciting stuff. I'm excited for that. I hope you guys enjoy my co-creators. All right, what else? Oh, I have it. Sunday says, this is kind of random, but a series of you on the road getting an Impact contract would be awesome. However, coming up with a format may be difficult. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of similar to how to become a pro wrestler. The format is tough. But, especially because I travel alone. That's the other part. I don't travel with people. I travel by myself, for the most part. Unless, like, it's very specific, like, hey, you booked this match, hey, I booked that match, okay, let's go together. But it's not like I'm traveling with someone throughout my wrestling journey. Speaking of my wrestling journey, I'll tell you straight up, that series isn't coming back. It ended. It gave the whole story. All right. Cheap Shots. Cheap Shots was it was pretty much my first series on this channel. It only had 3 episodes. The episodes were 3 minutes or shorter, where I'd give cheap life hacks and show you how to do them. Cheap Shots. Coming back or nah? Sammy B says, nah. What do we think? What do we think? I'm going to tell you guys in a minute. Cheap Shots will be making a return. It will. And I have something in my eye. Get out. I will fight you. I will fight you. Okay. So Sunday says, yes, in a form of YouTube shorts. So they won't be necessarily YouTube shorts. Some might, if they're less than a minute. But I did want to have, and it's also changing. It's not going to be called Cheap Shots anymore. I'm going to change it to Life Hacks. Just to give it, a little bit of a different name. Because also, I realize I have like an eyelash in my eye, and it's driving me insane. Do you guys see it? All right. Anyway, I'm going to call it Life Hacks. And they're going to be short life hacks on things that you can do to save money, some tips, and that's pretty much it. And it's just going to be one. It's just going to be one life hack, and that's it. So the episode's going to be between 1 minute and 3 minutes long. If they're less than 1 minute, they'll be YouTube shorts. And if they're any longer than that, then they're just going to be short uploads. But I wanted to do something like that and bring it back. So that's going to be a mainstay of this channel. You want to know how I make some protein shakes? I'll show you. And that's it. That's a whole episode. Like, here, this is how I make my protein shake. Hey, this is how I, save money on whatever, So that is going to be a mainstay of this channel. And I think that's enough for now. So you see, some things are coming back. Some things not so much. But, yeah. A lot of good things to look forward to. Less live streams. Wrestle Fuego del Sol so I can show him the true master of the Tornado DDT. Right? That's what I'm saying. All right, guys, we have just about 5 minutes left on this live stream. Let's just open it up. Q&A, whatever you guys want to talk about, we'll talk about. And yeah, that'll be that. And then we'll wrap things up. Another live stream in the books. But I think for live stream number 50, you guys are going to come with me, and we're going to buy a Funko Pop. We'll do it together. I need you guys to have my back. That's how I got this awesome Ronald McDonald Funko Pop. Thanks to you guys. I love it. I love it. You guys are quiet today. Let's see here. Biggest wrestling inspiration. I gotta go. See, it's kind of a trick question. I want to say Chris Jericho, but the reason why he's my biggest wrestling inspiration is because of what he does outside of wrestling. He also does music. He does acting, and those sort of things I've always been interested in. Like I haven't just been like, oh, I'm strictly just into wrestling. You know what I mean? It's wrestling, it's music, it's acting, it's any of those. Like they all are part of who I am. You know what I mean? Like, it's never just been one thing. And when I look at Chris Jericho, I'm like, oh, he kind of is the same. But if it's just wrestling that I'm looking at, then I'd have to go with The Rock. I feel like The Rock has so much charisma. I feel like The Rock is... A lot of people say, oh, he's not a great wrestler. Yes, he was. The Rock was a fantastic wrestler. Just his movements in the ring were so good. So I got to go with The Rock on that one, for sure. 110%, hands down, The Rock. Let's see, Logan. Good name. If you could choose anywhere at all, where would you work in the professional wrestling world? I want to say WWE, because ultimately WWE is the standard. However, I feel like if somebody put a AEW, an Impact Wrestling, and a WWE contract right in front of me right now, I would have trouble. Like, I would have to look at all of the logistics of each contract. If you asked me 2 years ago, which one? WWE, no doubt. Wouldn't even have to think about it. But now I'd have to think about it. You know, how much am I going to be used on TV? Am I going to just stay in NXT? Am I going to, wrestle 3 matches a year in AEW? I don't know, Those things matter. Big E needs more ruthless aggression to shine. Bryan, I feel mixed. I feel like he's kind of stuck somewhere in between, because I loved Big E as a comedic character, and I feel like his comedy is just going, pew. And I'm like, to me, that's what brought him to the dance. He was entertaining, and he's kind of lost a lot of that entertainment aspect to him. So some people feel like he needs to be more aggressive. I almost feel like he needs to be less. Like, I want to see fun Big E, and I don't see it. In the immortal words of Hulk Hogan, amen, brother. No offense, but I don't want WWE to release you. That's fair. Lexi says, I'm pretty new on your channel. Wanted to ask, are you still wrestling right now? And how long have you done it? So when I first started wrestling, I always have to look at this poster that I have here. My first match was in 2008. Would you believe that? 2008. And, this year, I've had a handful of matches. It's just crazy to think, like, so many years later. Yeah, and if you haven't seen Lexi, first of all, welcome to the channel. I do have about 5 new matches that you can check out, and you can watch a whole bunch of old matches for sure. Sunday says, have you ever thought of creating a new character? I have. To me, the cheapest wrestler in the world was my new character. I used to wrestle as the #1 attraction, Matt Saxon, and I was a cheap person, but I decided to switch things up and actually make it a gimmick. Use it as a gimmick instead of just who I am behind closed doors. Matt is old now, 33. Hey, knock it off. One has to go. Hulk Hogan, Rowdy Piper, Andre the Giant, Ric Flair. For me, I'm going to have to go with Andre the Giant. For my personal, WWE is going to hit you with the budget cut. I know, it's my worst fear. If you guys haven't already, don't forget to Hulk smash that like button like it owes you money. I am the cheapest wrestler in the world, Matt Rivera. We are wrapping up live stream number 48. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Like I said, hit that like button, show some love, and we're only 2 live streams away from live stream number 50. But on Wednesday, there will be a brand new upload. I hope to see you guys there for the premiere. And until then, peace! Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you.